on Education to order. If I could ask clerk to take the roll. Clerk shall close the roll. The committee will go at ease. Education will come to order. The first matter that we have before us, which requires a voice vote. We have a request from the Speaker's office to refer House Bill 1260 to the Committee on Public Safety. Do I hear a motion? Motion made and properly seconded to refer House Bill 1260 to the Committee on Public Safety. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. All those opposed? All right, it is reported to the House Committee on Public Safety. Next, we'll turn to K-12 Subcommittee report. Chair Simons.
Good morning.
Good morning.
First up, we have HB 462 from Delegate Cohen. I move the committee substitute.
Motion's been made and properly seconded on the substitute without objection. The substitute's before us.
HB 462 requires the Board of Education during its next regularly scheduled revision of the Health Education Standards of Learning and Curriculum Framework to require in grades 9 and 10 healthcare literacy instruction for the purpose of helping students navigate the healthcare system efficiently and effectively, and to consider certain enumerated topics and content for inclusion in such instruction. The subcommittee recommended reporting on a vote of 9-1, and I so move.
Motion's been made and properly seconded with substitute, and this has been requested to be referred to appropriations from the Speaker's office.
Mr. Chair.
Delegate Simons.
I amend my motion to report and refer with substitute to appropriations.
Second.
Motion made and properly seconded to report substitute and refer to appropriations on House Bill 462. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk shall close the roll. Bill reports and refers. Delegate Simons.
HB 653 from Delegate Kent. We have a committee substitute.
If I could ask our attorney to mention the changes with the committee, the new committee substitute.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, Madam Chair. So what the subcommittee had considered was allotting at least 5, but no more than 10 excused absences to visit with a family member in connection with a deployment of a family member. What the substitute does is say that the student shall be allotted 5 excused absences, and the substitute also contains a provision to state that those excused absences won't count as total absences for the purposes of the state accountability system and any calculation in that system.
Questions on the substitute? Do I hear a motion?
Substitute.
Motion made and properly seconded to adopt the substitute. Without objection, the substitute is before us. Are there questions from the committee on the bill? Delegate Simons.
HB 653 allots up to 5 excused absences to any student whose immediate family member has received orders for deployment outside the United States for the purpose of visitation with such family member, provided that the student provides written documentation verifying such leave or deployment if requested by the local school division. The committee recommended reporting on a vote of 8-2, and I so move.
Motion's been made and properly seconded to report the substitute, House Bill 653. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk shall close the roll. Substitute reports 13-2. Next, we will turn to Chair Converse-Fowler.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. On our agenda, first we have HB 211. This requires the Head Start collaboration. Oh, I'm sorry, this had a substitute.
Move the substitute.
Without objection, the substitute is adopted.
All right, thank you. Thank you, Mr. Chair. HB 211 requires the Head Start Collaboration Office of the Department of Education no later than December 1st, 2026 to develop a report summarizing the state of the Head Start and Early Start in the Commonwealth. We recommended reporting with substitute on a vote of 8-2, and I so move.
Second.
Motion made and properly seconded to report with substitute House Bill 211. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk shall close the roll. Bill reports with substitute. Delegate Converse-Fowler.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. HB 255 enters the Commonwealth into the Interstate Compact for School Psychologists, the stated purpose of which is to facilitate the interstate practice of school psychology in educational or school settings, and in doing so, to improve the availability of school psychological services to the public. The subcommittee recommended reporting on a vote of 9-1, and I so move.
Motion is made and properly seconded to report House Bill 255. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk shall close the roll. Bill reports 15-0. Now we'll turn to a section of our agenda with bills before the full committee. We'll ask if Delegate Carr would like to present her bill first. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee. Thank you. HB 1088 tasked the Department of Education with creating materials for local school boards relating to environmental education and literacy. And I might add, Mr. Chairman, I believe this bill has passed out of both chambers previously. Promoting environmental literacy prepares young Virginians to be productive citizens in a world that is being rapidly reshaped by changing climate. Moreover, environmental literacy helps students connect with natural systems, of which they may be unaware. Students becoming more aware and aligned with their natural environments outdoors, outside of the classroom, can improve their motivation and behavior inside the classroom. Embracing our role in the ecosystem leads to cleaner environments, respect for our resources, and well-rounded citizen voters. Finally, environmental education gives new depth to STEM education and can light scientific creativity in Virginia's developing workforce. I hope the committee will consider this with favor.
Thank you, Delegate Carr. On House Bill 1037, questions from the committee. Turning to the audience, are there individuals wishing to be heard in favor of House Bill 1037? Please come forward.
Good morning, Mr. Chairman. Jay Ford with the Chesapeake Bay Foundation. At the Bay Foundation, environmental education and environmental literacy is one of our primary tasks. We're the largest environmental education organization in the entire Chesapeake watershed, and so we have the opportunity firsthand to see how effective instilling environmental literacy is in raising up the next generation of leaders across all sectors. I think the delegate hit many of the key points here, but the big two are that this is, besides raising someone up to be a steward of our natural resources, environmental literacy has been shown to increase critical thinking, to increase systems thinking. If they never go outside again, this will make them a better student. And so I think for all of these reasons, we hope you will support this bill. Thanks.
Thank you. Others wishing to be heard in favor or now against the bill can come forward.
Hello, I'm Dr. Sheila Fury, and I'm against this bill because it is dishonest. Everyone wants the environment to be safe. However, we're not looking at the many, many factors that are infiltrating, that the government is specifically doing, that are affecting our climate. First of all, we have geoengineering of our skies. We are putting into our skies heavy amounts of aluminum, boron, and other chemicals. Those chemicals cause precipitation and other weather impacts. We are not looking at that. There are certain states that are around the country who are beginning to ban the chemtrails that we see in the sky. We also have HAARP, which is underneath the government, the military, and it's laser focused, literally lasers into our atmosphere that affect our weather systems. You're not looking at all the windmills and the impact that they have on causing environmental damage, not only to the environment and the cost of energy, making it escalate at taxpayers' expense, but also disrupting the oceans. Further, You have to look at the impact that the government and our agencies are doing that is causing environmental harm to the insect population. So you
Ma'am, I'm
want to
going to-
blame the people for
Thank you.
environmental change when the impact is actually the government.
Thank you. Thank you. Others wishing to be heard will turn online. We may have two people online. First, we'll hear from Ms. Walton from the VEA.
Yeah, good morning, Chairman Rasool and committee members. I'm Dot Walton, retired public school educator with Virginia Education Association. VEA welcomes and supports the opportunity HB 1037 affords Dogwood Elementary School to share its nationally award-winning climate change curriculum with other schools across the Commonwealth. Please support this bill.
Thank you so much. Next in favor, is it Nithra? Good morning. I would need you to come. There you are. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Nedra Purushothaman, and I'm an 11th grader at Thomas Jefferson High School for Science and Technology. I have been advocating for the inclusion of climate education to our curriculum for the past 3 years. In 7th grade, I was lucky enough to have a teacher who deeply cared about climate change and made the time to teach a 2-week lesson and compile her own resources. This lesson was one of the things that inspired me to care about climate change and environmental issues, and it's led me to have opportunities like speaking at conferences and organizing big events. And through this experience, I have learned about the importance of renewable energy, the existence of scalable climate technologies, and the importance of youth caring about climate change because this is an issue we will deal with in our future. Last year, my friend and I sought out to understand why teachers were not able to include climate change in the curriculum. Part of it was that the 2018 VDOE standards, which have since been changed, did not explicitly discuss climate change, and therefore they were not included in the SOL exams at the end of the year. But through a survey of our former elementary and middle school teachers, we realized the bigger barrier was that teachers did not feel like they had the resources to teach climate change themselves in a way that would inspire students to take action rather than just making them scared. So we created our own mini climate change curriculum and presented it to elementary and middle school students. Many of the students right now already know about basic actions like recycling and turning off lights. So it's time that they learn about intersections of environmental and social issues.
Thank you so much.
Now that the several... Oh, okay.
Thank you so much for your testimony. And great to see young folks involved in that for sure. We have one online, I believe, opposed. Is it Ann speaking opposed to the bill? Good morning.
Ann Craftatus, and I, with limited time, just wanted to point out that her description of it as environmental literacy and not ever using the word climate change is very poignant as to what the intent is, and parents are tired of being deceived. Call it what it is, climate change. It's not environmental literacy. Thank you.
Thank you. Questions from the committee? Does the committee have a motion on the bill? Delegate Simons.
Move to report.
Second.
Motion made and properly seconded to report House Bill 1037. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk shall close the roll. Bill reports 11-6. Lastly,
Thank you, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee.
thank you, Delegate Carr.
Hey, Mr. Chairman, I've pushed the request to speak button about 5 times. I'm just wondering if the system's working or you're ignoring me intentionally.
Delegate Garrett, unfortunately, I did not see when I look over to the screen, but certainly if you've got a comment, we'd like to get it on the record on the bill, even though it's gone forward.
Very grateful, Mr. Chairman. I know the technology challenges us sometimes. The first time I pressed the
always
button.
feel free, members of the committee, to stop me if for some reason technology isn't working. We want to make sure everyone's heard.
Super grateful, Mr. Chairman. I did not vote on the prevailing side of HB 653, but I was informed by committee staff that we were not able to change our votes in this committee. I would welcome a motion of anyone who voted on the prevailing side of HB 653, which we passed, I think, 14-2 earlier, to invite that to be reopened so that I might correct my vote. And I'll withhold comments that I had after that for later, Mr. Chairman. Thank you.
Question, would he be able to correct his vote after the fact?
With the motion
You have to reconsider, I believe, because it's online.
Okay.
The public has seen what the vote was,
All right.
and you have to reconsider.
Do I have a motion to reconsider the vote by which we passed House Bill 653 with substitute? Motion's been made and properly seconded. To reconsider the vote by which we passed with substitute House Bill 653. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, the bill is back before us. Do I hear a motion to pass with substitute House Bill 653? Motion's been made and properly seconded to report House Bill 653 as substituted. Members may please cast their vote so Delegate Garrett will ensure that he gets the right vote.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I know it shocks you, but I make mistakes sometimes.
No, it happens to the best of us. Clerk shall close the roll. Bill reports with substitute 16-1. Lastly, we have House Bill 877. I will turn it over temporarily to Delegate Simons to chair this bill, as this bill passed unanimous out of the House. Oh, I'm sorry. Thank you for that. We will actually hear from, you came in, thank you so much, from Delegate Navarre on House Bill 1113. Welcome.
Thank you.
Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Chair and members of the committee, thank you for the opportunity to present HB 1113. This bill addresses student mental health, one of the most urgent and growing challenges in Virginia schools. According to the CDC's 2023 Youth Risk Behavior survey, 40% of high school students reported persistent feelings of sadness or helplessness, and 1 in 5 seriously considered suicide. National research also shows that students from culturally and linguistically diverse backgrounds face added barriers when trying to access mental health support. And because schools are often the primary place where students seek these services, it's especially concerning that more than half of public schools report difficulty meeting students' mental health needs. Without consistent guidance, divisions are left to handle this on their own, leading to uneven levels of support across the Commonwealth. HB 1113 helps address these gaps. It directs the Department of Education to develop statewide guidance by October 2027 to help local school boards create policies that are culturally responsive and language appropriate. In practice, that means making sure services respect students' cultural backgrounds and are accessible to students who speak different languages. This statewide guidance will provide a clear, consistent framework for all school divisions while still giving local educators and school mental health staff the flexibility to adjust implementation to the needs of their own communities. Research shows that students are more likely to participate in mental health support when it is culturally and linguistically matched to their background. It's important to note that this is not new policy. Identical language passed both chambers last session with bipartisan support, showing broad agreement that schools need clearer guidance to better support student mental health. While former Governor Youngkin did not sign the bill, the need it addresses has only grown more urgent, and the fiscal impact is modest. The Department of Education anticipates a one-time cost of about $60,000 in fiscal year 2027 to develop the required guidance. I respectfully ask the committee's support because no matter where a student comes from or what language they speak at home, every family deserves to know their child can access mental health support they can understand and trust. Thank you.
Thank you, Delegate Navarre. So the bill is before the committee because we've seen this policy before, but are there members of the public who are wishing to be heard in favor of the bill? Those opposed? Turning.
Good morning, committee. My name is Dr. Candace Lucas, and I'm an advocate that works with children with disabilities, specifically children of color that have disabilities. And while this is an admirable bill, the last thing we need to do is put mental health in the hands of the Virginia Department of Education. That is not appropriate. At this point, there are many initiatives that are in place regarding mental health for our children, and they are not being implemented and not being monitored. I have two children, Carter and Croy Gunn, severe severe trauma in Goochland County Public Schools, and were not able to access special education or the severe level of services that they required because teachers, administrators are not equipped. And I'm a licensed educator and a licensed administrator. We're not equipped to deal with mental health. The Department of Behavioral Health needs to be involved in this, and they need to take the initiative. And with all due respect to this individual, thank you.
Thank you so much. Further individuals wishing to be heard, we will now turn online. We may have someone online. No? We have one online? Okay. Sorry. We may have two online. Good morning. We'll first start with Dot. Good morning.
Good morning, Dot Walton with the Virginia Education Association. The VEA supports HB 1113 because student mental health needs show up in every classroom. This bill directs VDOE to provide statewide guidance so school divisions can offer culturally responsive, language-appropriate mental health supports, helping students get the right help and helping educators focus on teaching. We urge your support. Thank you.
Thank you. Now we have one signed up in opposition. Anne?
Hi, thank you for having me again this morning. I wanted to point out that there's something in any kind of psychopathology, psychotherapy called iatrogenic harm. And there's also the treatment prevalence paradox that never in medical history have we given more of something and had the problem escalate at such an alarming rate. Universal mental health, giving it to all children, has done nothing but fail, especially historically marginalized children, because you miss the ones that are literally waving their hands in class, like the shooting down in the Tidewater area, that need them. We collect enough data on these children that they'll never be able to function correctly as an adult. And then I will also have to point out that IDEA and Title I under Barack Obama were rewritten to make all children at risk. That means that IDEA and Title I funds go to all children. Until we actually get to the root issues of what's going on at the federal level that has bled into our localities, you can't fix anything. And that's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, bill is back before the committee. Questions from the committee? Committee operates by motion. Delegate Simons.
Move to report. Second.
And this would be report and refer to appropriations.
Move to report and refer to appropriations.
Motion been made and proper second to report and refer House Bill 1113 to appropriations. Members, please cast your vote. Clerk shall close the roll. Bill reports and refers to appropriations on a vote of 13-6. Thank you, Delegate Navarro.
Thank you, Chair, and members of the subcommittee.
Thank you. All right. Lastly, we'll turn it over to Delegate Simons. We have one bill that I'm carrying that passed out of here unanimously last year, House Bill 877. Delegate Simons.
Committee will come to order. We have one last bill, 877 from our chair, Rasool, which passed unanimously from the House last year. It involves dual enrollment and meta majors. Can you explain your bill, Chair Rasool?
Thank you, Madam Chair. The issue that we have is what we like to deem the random acts of dual enrollment. What we've done is a great job over the years of ensuring that credits are transferable to institutions of higher education, but they're not very applicable as we move forward. We've built on some good work with the Passport program, which brings in about 5 classes, with the Uniform Certificate of General Studies, which brings in about 10 classes. But as we passed out of here last year, and since then, in October, JLARC reported that out of the 33,000 students that took dual enrollment courses from their report this past October, only 9% of them had those courses then apply where they earned some kind of credential, like the Passport or the Uniform Certificate of General Studies. What's happening is students are taking lots of random dual enrollment courses, and we don't have enough pathways for those courses to actually apply as they go forward into their 2-year and 4-year degrees. I can tell you firsthand, as a parent of a 10th grader who's sitting in the audience today, Jenna, it took me many hours, multiple meetings, just to try to identify some classes that she could take that could potentially be applicable as she moves forward beyond high school and into post-secondary education. What this bill before you does is it creates a concept which already exists loosely called meta majors, and it has all the stakeholders, the community colleges, the 4 years, come together and say, can we develop pathways that are meta majors that they can define and figure out what's the lowest lying fruit that allows us to move forward to ensure that we can bring down college debt and have more of our classes that we take apply towards the inevitable degree that they can craft. With that, happy to answer any questions, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. And for all of our freshmen, that was a great explanation because we know what the problem that we're trying to solve with this bill is. Any questions from members of the committee?
There are two, Scott and Garrett.
Delegate Scott.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Just a comment on the bill. I think this is a great piece of legislation. I know the chairman and I have both been trying to address concurrent enrollment, dual enrollment from different perspectives. And I look forward to this committee acting favorably upon this bill and hopefully favorably upon my similar bill in subcommittee later.
Thank you. Delegate Garrett.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'd speak to the bill when it's appropriate time.
You may go right ahead.
I want to do this because I will spend a lot of time this session stomping my feet and clapping my hands and saying, look how messed up this is. I want to thank the patron. I've spoken at some length with Delegate Scott about this idea. There's a young woman with whom I am very close who spent a lot of time taking dual enrollment courses only to attend a prominent state university and learn that she couldn't get credit for those. And so this is a great example of when we are bipartisan. This is a super good bill, super good idea, and I would encourage my colleagues to support this as well as Delegate Scott's bill, which is the same concept. Thank you immensely.
Thank you.
I think we have a lot of consensus on this bill, and we did hear it quite thoroughly last year, but do we have anybody with a burning need to speak in favor or against? Okay, moving online, I know that we do have one person. I believe Dot with the PTA wanted, or with the VEA wanted to say a few words. Go right ahead, Dot.
Thank you. VEA concurs with all the things that I've said about this great bill, and we urge you to support it. Thank you.
Thank you. This committee operates by motion.
Second.
It's been moved and properly seconded. Madam Clerk, you may open the roll. You may close the roll. That bill reports 19-0. Turning it back over to Chair Rasool.
Thank you, Madam Chair. I'm going to bring my daughter to all my bill presentations if it goes that well. So thank you all for that. So we're about to adjourn, but I wanted to just mention tomorrow is K-12 day. We will have approximately 20 bills in the morning docket, 20 bills in the evening docket at 4 p.m. We still will then have 2 full dockets next Tuesday of approximately 25 bills each. So there's a lot of work still left to be done. We've tried to keep all the committees, subcommittees as busy as possible, but just ensure that the patrons know, but also members of the subcommittee know to block off the next 2 Tuesdays with all of the wonderful work that's happening. Immediately upon adjournment, Chair Sewell will be convening over the higher education subcommittee, and so that'll happen immediately, and we'll try to zip through that docket. With that, we have a motion to adjourn. Motion has been made and properly seconded to adjourn. All those in favor signify by saying aye. All those opposed, we stand adjourned.